I'll give you the 2 minutes on what not to do, because that's the story of what not to do. So in a nutshell, I started Connects because I had this idea we'd all connect online one day, and at the time I could only look at dating sites. There was no word of social media. There was nothing like that. And I'm just like, how do we all naturally connect? Networking's inefficient. Like I can't go and talk to every one of you during this event and really learn a lot about you. And but back when I started Connects, there was nothing. There was no LinkedIn. There was no Facebook. And so I had this idea we'd all connect online. I filed a patent on how I thought people naturally networked, and then I went and built this. And again, struggled to pitch this idea in Seattle, and went from what I call kind of coding in my underwear phase, moonlighting at work, and then ultimately raised a little bit of money and really got it going. So, this was pre-Friendster, and I've talked to people and they're like, what's Friendster?
How many in the audience knows what Friendster is?
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, so that's interesting. But you talk to young kids, they have
no clue.
And so I think the things I learned, I'll just give you the cliff note on that. I had this idea we'd all connect online, and I think one thing I was really early with the idea, and so a lot of things in startups are really around timing. So I'd say I started about a year or so before Friendster. And by the time we started raising money, it was almost too late. Like Friendster and MySpace and Facebook really took off. And ultimately we ended up raising about $4 or $5 million. And I think that a few things that happened. One, I was really young. I didn't know about scaling and leading, so probably I've learned a lot from that. Two is we just focused on growing users. We didn't care even what they did. Like, we didn't even look at what they did. We were just like, 3,000 people signed up today, that's great. And then in the end, we kind of realized, like, hey, it's not that great when you get 1 million users that sign up and don't do anything. And also, I think along with the wrong investors. Like, a lot of my investors were big real estate guys, and they're great at real estate, but what did they know about tech? And I think sometimes you'll see like these trends where somebody in a space gets funded, then everyone copies the Me Too. So you could look at that in Uber, right? There's an Uber for everything now, or Groupon. There's Groupon for everything. And I think that's not a good position to be in from an investor standpoint. You want to be investing in the guy that's in the front spot, not, I'm going to invest in Connects now because they're doing something similar to Facebook. And so we started to get a lot of people investing in us, and I think it was kind of too late at that point. And we hired the wrong folks. We would hire like somebody, we'd interview 2 people, like, that guy's great, we'll hire him. Versus now, we'll interview 20 people for one role. And so I think I take a lot of the painful lessons that I learned from Connects and I don't make them now. Like really focused on metrics, focus on, what happens when a user comes in. Engagement. So when someone comes in OfferUp, I remember back in the day, you'd post an item for sale, I would show up to your house. I didn't tell you I worked at OfferUp, I'd buy it from you, like one at a time. So imagine an office with 500 square foot office for 5 people and just tons of stuff in it. That's kind of what it looked like. But that was the discipline, because I knew that we weren't that successful at Connects. And then I think the same thing with recruiting. Like, I love my team. My team, I think, is just a notch above. But I don't know if I would have been that disciplined had I not gone through Connects. What I did there.
Yeah.